hopefully everybody got the gist of the lesson this morning, the live. If you did not, please go back because there was pertinent information that's going to go again with this one. Because, like I said yesterday, I had to take so much instruction, and for me to just spew it all back out there before I even understand what it is makes no sense to me. So I had to sit with it for a while and study it for a while. And whew, a word. So here it is. Last year during the harvest season, Asmodeus was enacted, and a lot of people spent their time in vanity. They spent their time chasing money, chasing status, chasing things that don't really matter. And some of us spent our time chasing other people's partners. Hear this. So I touched on Asmodeus maybe almost about a month ago, where Asmodeus is a spirit that is enacted, um, and it can be up to 3 years. It can be enacted upon a holy and divine union. And what happens is there is a person that takes witness of this union, and whatever attachments or things that they have attached to them see this, and they become contemptuous and envious, which enacts Asmodeus. Is it Asmodeus or Amodius? I gotta refer back to my book. So hold up, let me grab it. So hold up, let me see. I've been writing, but I don't want to. Asmodeus is the demon created through opposition of said union. King Solomon is a book made for marriage-minded persons. So I have been called to teach because what we don't understand is we're kind of in this weird situation where everything has been perverted. I mean, even the most innocent thing is being perverted. Things that are meant for innocence can be used for bad. So it's like good for evil, evil for good. This is what we're in now. And honestly, we're all supposed to be seeking divine unions. When I say divine unions, I mean unions that are not of the karmic realm, that do not have all this karmic debt, or at least elevating out of the karmic debt together. We are supposed to be together. There was no fault in the message in which man should not be alone. Man was not born to be alone. We were meant to congregate. We were meant to be together. This is why when Noah went into the ark, he did not go alone. Everybody went hand in hand by twos. There was a mate for each and every one. And the situation has come to where things are so unbalanced. There really shouldn't be so many men to one woman and so many women to one man. That is not balanced. And because there are some vain peoples who go about this world with their own devices and making mischief upon their beds, yes, refer to the Bible. You have to understand that these things have to be brought back into balance. And as Asmodeus is being enacted on a lot of us, just know that the more hectic it got you got it, that meant that you came close to a union that was divine. You were this close to a union that was divine, but what happened was Asmodeus, which is the entity that hates divine unions, came into fruition when that attachment bore witness to the possibility of you being in an actual divine union. Trying to hurry up and get this message because I got all this stuff in my hair, these chemicals in my hair, and I don't want to overdo it. So, often causing mischief in one's environment, emotional, financial, and spiritual failures can often cause strife, which feeds into a divide. which makes the division of the union, which could cause divorce if that union does reach marriage. Now, what a lot of people don't see is that you think that it is one person that is assigned to you. You have one handler, and obviously, there is one person that is above all else wants to see this failure because they are benefiting from this failure. To see you have a bad union means that their union isn't that bad. Keep in mind with the mindset of people. Some people want to keep rolling in around in the bed until they find a soft spot, not knowing that they should just get rid of the bed because the whole entire environment should be a soft spot. So I was called to teach toward the island because it is for marriage minded purposes, and that is what Noah, in a sense, fashioned on the ark. It is for divine union. We cannot go anywhere messing with other people's property. You just can't. You have to let that person go that it should not be yours. And it is a story that has been told throughout history. And what was crazy was nobody even paid attention to the fact that Joseph was sold into a honey trap. They sold him into slavery because his father had a vision and knew that he was due to a divine union. So, as a way to come in between that divine union, Joseph was sold into slavery. And I mean, this man went through a lot. He had family members coming at him like us, like strangers in the street. And this is why they say sometimes it is not a stranger. Sometimes a stranger will treat you so much better than your family. Is because they know your blueprint. So a lot of times, even if they don't know subconsciously, sometimes they are fighting and coveting what you have for you because you were the one to escort them to the ark. And sometimes people don't want you to reach the ark before they reach the ark. Who the heck are you to reach your ark? Right? But not knowing that we all should be on this ark and equally yoked and paired to go forward. Understand? Don't have to understand. It's okay. But I'm here to teach this lesson because obviously we have forgotten. And the vanity of us all to go around not knowing that if God is not involved in it, what is it? It cannot be defined. Yeah, so Asmodeus was enacted on me last year. I was very, 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 very close to a very divine union. However, my other half has not ascended at all. As you have to understand, the energy of Asmodeus can interchange in between bodies. And this is why you see some people that seem to have been having a normal time just all of a sudden flip the script and they talk to you in hard and harsh ways and they treat you in hard and harsh ways, not knowing that they are laying in the trap of the enemy, which is the spirit of Asmodeus, which is to keep you from divine union, which would bring balance. When people get a wind of this, they don't understand why it is that they have to destroy it. And some will seek counsel and seek unwarranted advice and get advice teaching them to be vigilant against this union. There is no way in which you should be meddling in anyone's union because if God said it should not be so, he will make it not so. So when you go about with your devices and set yourself in the middle of a program that is not yours, please note that these things are addressed in the good book. And when you stand in the way of let's say the law. When you obstruct justice, what happens? There is swift action taken when you obstruct the law. And when you perjure in the courts, there is also an action to be taken against you. So when you go before the spiritual court, those are almost the same exact actions taken against you. This is why it is as above, so below. And this is something that people have to be careful with. Even our spiritual leaders are not, they're not above reproach. So when you start to move in these ways and you start to take the word and put it in such a way and cut it up in such a way that the message gets lost and no one gets toward a closer to a divine union, then the job is not being done in the correct way. It is being done in a way which makes you the beneficiary of whatever blessing should come of the action. So just be mindful going forward that these divine unions have to happen. People have to be equally yoked. They need to be equally yoked. A man is not meant to be alone. Um, Love, yes, is a symptom of being in a relationship, but community and congregation and the covenant is the promise. And the promise is that we should have the blessing of our God. And our God has blessed so many unions, and that is the blessing. So I know we come from an era where we down with OPP, yeah, you know me, and yeah, and those things were fun, but you also have to understand that these same men went on to get married, and I think Tretch did turn into a good husband. You see what I'm saying? So that it's not that there is no other design than the divine. You understand? So if you get on course and you get on path, your divine union is there, but you have to understand that there will be people that will come in, and that's why it is good to not be with when people that are of marriage mind go towards people that are marriage minded. They will not lead you astray, and they will help you to fortify yourself so that your foundation stays strong and you are not easily moved into temptation and jealousy and those things that come. Just be mindful. And sometimes rejection is protection, because you can be unequally yoked in families. You can have a great divine union, but if anyone's family is found lacking, it can enact these entities in your relationship and cause a big rift. And what people don't understand is the rift is like a domino effect. All of the unequal yoked marriages inside said family will then disintegrate, because you are holding a mirror up to the controversy of their marriages, and that would mean that they would actually have to face the issues therein. So make sure that you're covering yourself with the word. I've got dye everywhere. Covering yourself with the word. You are learning and you are isolating yourself in process, because sometimes too many in your ear will confuse the lot of the knowing. And you do not want someone to confuse you if you've already discovered who you are. And like I said about Joseph, That was a honey trap in itself. That was another one. But thank God that he actually stood to himself as a righteous and just man and understood the assignment, and he took Mary despite the rumors that would arise, despite the judgment that could arise. He knew and he listened to the messages. And this is for someone, maybe specific, maybe not. You have been seeing this site since childhood, particularly a masculine. You have been getting this message since childhood. No one listened to you, but you don't listen to yourself, and God is in everyone. And yeah, I don't need cards again for this one because this is the lesson and the assignment in which I was sent to teach, and I needed to teach it before sunrise, as is my assignment to do. Feel free to visit the Bible in order to gain context. Feel free to visit the book of Enoch, which is not in the normal context of the Bible. It is on the outside. I go through all spiritual texts because all things are in correlation. And the book of Enoch, the book of the Jubilees, all these things are in fruition. And just know that there is a partner for you. Be patient. Boaz knows who you are. Do you know who you are? And are you prepared for the things that might happen as you are presented with your Boaz? Thank you and have a great morning. I've got things to do, and I'll see you a little later.